Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Everyday I'm Mothering. So since we're entering the holiday season, I thought it'd be fun to do a couple of videos sharing with you some of my favorite things. I know we're always looking for gift ideas, both for our kids and for ourselves, so I thought it'd be fun just to share with you some things that we really enjoy in our house. I have another video coming out about my favorite things for my kids, their toys, and another one about specifically gymnastics equipment because I get a lot of questions about that. So make sure if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel so you can check out those videos as well. This video today is all about my favorite things. So if your spouse or partner is anything like mine, you have to be very specific on what you want or Lord knows what you will get. So I'm always struggling to find ideas and things that I want from myself because I don't typically buy a lot from myself or really think about that. So I'm always looking for recommendations for other people. And I thought, well, I share the things that I'm actually using the most now that you might want to put on your list or just get for yourself, because these are truly my favorite things. I'm gonna break it down to about 3 categories of household items, makeup type things, and then apparel, shoes type category, and then they're probably gonna be an other catch-all as well. But these are about 15 or so items, and I've tried to get things from all price points. So I have some stuff that's as low as like $6, and then I have some other ones that are a couple $100s, more of like your big ticket items. But these are all truly like my favorite things, so I'm really excited to share them with you. But I'll have all these things linked down below as well. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other catch-all category first, just because this is truly probably one of my top items, especially if you're a parent to girls like me. This item is one that you are definitely gonna want to get. It's this Revlon blow dryer brush. Now, when you first see this, you're like, okay, look, it's a blow dryer brush, big deal. That's what I thought until I decided to try this out. So if you know me and you've watched my channel, you know I have 3 girls, which is a lot of hair to blow dry, and I have a lot of thick hair too. But my oldest daughter, her hair is so long and it's so thick, and it's always been like that. And every time we would go to blow dry hair with your typical brush and blow dryer, it was awful experience. There was the yelling and the screaming and ow, ow, and awful. And we only wash our hair once a week, so it's not like we were even doing it that often. I can't imagine for the people who wash and blow dry their hair more than once a week what it's like trying to do your kids' hair. But I'm telling you, I dreaded it. It was just an awful, awful experience to the point where I was like, we're gonna have to cut your hair. And I mean, her hair is gorgeous and she was beside herself. But anyway, I was like, I've got to find a solution. So I had saw some recommendations for this, and I thought, let's try this out and see how it works. And at first, I actually thought that I had ordered this one from Amazon, but it was an off-brand one. And it was a little bit cheaper, and it worked really well, pretty much the exact same, but it died after only a few months. So I definitely recommend spend a little bit more and actually get this Revlon one. And this is about $40 or so, but you can get this at Target as well, and it's usually on sale there. So I would recommend checking there. But anyway, so using this blow dryer brush thing on my daughter's hair, it blow dries in probably a third of the time, and she literally does not complain at all. Not a single ouch, nothing. So the way that it works, I'll divide the front section and the back, and I'll just get a little bit of hair. I wrap it at the root and then hold it for a second so it can dry, and then I'll run it through, and I'll usually twist a little bit in the middle so it curls under and pull it through. Probably 3 passes of that and it's dry. And I don't worry so much about the ends anyway, so I don't damage it. I'm mostly worried about the roots. It does not tangle. It keeps it nice and straight. Does not pull their hair at all. I can do all 3 of their hair super fast, no issues. This is a game changer. I am telling you, if you have girls, please get yourself this if they have long hair. It's amazing the difference. But then, I also use it on myself, and it is so much easier to blow dry your hair with this. It used to be when I would blow dry my hair, I have naturally wavy hair, so it would get kind of frizzy and puffy, and I would always have to straighten it. Even usually if I was gonna curl it, I would still need to straighten it first. But now when I blow dry with this, it's super quick, and it looks almost like I've already ran a straightener through it. And then I can curl my hair, and again, I only wash and blow dry it once a week. So I'll curl my hair, and pretty much I might have to do 1 curl touch up throughout the week, but this is how my hair will look. So this is amazing. And the next thing is this pillow. So you might be thinking like, well, a pillow, like that's that exciting. Yes, it is. So we went through so many pillows. We get the really expensive one that have like the feathers in it. They're supposed to be so nice. Those feathers would poke through and poke me, or like after 2 weeks, it would completely flatten. My head would be on the mattress. So then we started buying like the cheap ones, because I'm like, if we're gonna have to replace them every so often anyway, we'll just get the really cheap ones that are really big and like full. But then those things get like lumpy, and then you're like changing them all the time and your neck hurts. So I can never find a pillow that I liked that was firm enough to hold my head up. I don't want it sinking, but not so firm you got like neck cramps happening and all of that. So I read about this Coop pillow brand, and I thought, all right, like I'll try it, you know? It's actually not super expensive. It's about like $65 or so for a king pillow. And when you get it, it comes with a like entire container of the memory foam feel. So what's nice is you can add it to your desired fullness. So at first when I got it, I put all of it in, and I wanted it like really firm. Well, it was too much. So I ended up taking it out, and I don't even know if I used maybe a quarter of it, maybe, to put it in. Well, I have now had this pillow for probably 3 years. I don't know if you're supposed to change pillows. I don't know. Is that gross? Well, whatever. But I've had it for about 3 years, and it still is perfect. It's like the day that I got it. And if you ever needed to, you could add more, but I haven't had to. Like, I just fluff it up and go. And I mean, you can, I don't know if you can see on this, but like you push in, it's soft and it kind of holds, but comes back up. So it comes with the cover. And then when I bought it, you could send in a code, and they send you like this actual like heavy duty like pillow protector to go over it, you know, and then obviously your pillowcase. But I love it. End up going back and getting my husband one too. And sometimes this will be on like the Black Friday or Prime Day deal, so watch out for it. But this is an excellent brand of pillow. So the next thing I want to talk about are things for the house. Like, I love getting things for the house. Primarily, I'm the one that's doing a lot of the cooking and the cleaning, and obviously I shoot YouTube videos, so anything that will make that easier, plus it's just pretty, I really enjoy. Any of us, no matter who's doing it, and I say that, but you know, Craig does a lot of the work around here too. But if it makes it quicker and more efficient, like, I am all about it. So these are all things that just make my life easier, or I just really, really enjoy them for the house. So the first one is the appliance that I use the most, well, with the exception of what I'm going to talk about, I guess, coming up here in a minute. But for the most part, I mean, this is the appliance that I use the most, and it's the Instapot. And you've probably seen this or heard of it, or maybe already even have one. But if you don't yet, this is a game changer. In the past, I liked making crock pot meals because in theory, you know, you can put it in, it cooks all day, you come in, it's cooked. But in reality, I would always forget to thaw out that meat and get stuff down to put in the crock pot. Without fail, that would be the problem. Or even just making dinner that night, I would forget to thaw out that meat. Well, with the Instapot, you don't have to do that. So frozen meat in there and have a meal in like under an hour. Now, I will say, if they say that it cooks in like 20 minutes, it does have to come to pressure, so that's probably like another 20 minutes on it. But either way, it is so quick and so nice to have. We have the 6-quart model that has all the other functions on it, and I hardly ever use any of those. Maybe the rice one occasionally. I do use the saute. For the most part, I'm just doing the pressure cook one. I tried making the yogurt one. I don't know, it just seemed like a lot of work to me. But anyway, so the 6-quart is really nice and it works well. We have a family of 5, and I would say that probably right now, if I were to get another one, I would up it to an 8-quart because this one does get a little full sometimes, but you can make so much stuff in here. We make an amazing like jambalaya in it, curry, Indian dishes, and we make biscuit and gravy even in it. Mac and cheese is super easy to make in it. And if you're plant-based, this is awesome for that as well. We've done a lot of tofu type stuff in it, and it works awesome. And then, like I said, for meat, you can put that frozen chicken. You can have like an Indian butter chicken dish with rice cooked with it as well. So you put the food in the bottom. There's a little pot that sits on top. You can cook your rice, and you can have all that cooked in like 20 minutes. And the rice is perfect in it. We've done eggs in it, like the ones from Starbucks that you get, the little like egg bites. We've made those in here before. Delicious. There's so much you can do with it, and it's all easy, like one pot, cleanup's easy, and cooking it, I love it. It's my go-to to use. And to add to that, I recently picked up the air fryer lid. So you can see here what that's like. And it's just on top there, you can see. And it sits right on top of your Instapot and it turns it into an air fryer. So even if you already have the Instapot, this is really neat. I didn't want to buy a whole new air fryer because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but you can add this onto it and it turns it into an air fryer. So now I can use it to like heat up pizza. I can use it to cook if I'm doing like frozen nuggets or whatever for the girls. And it's amazing. Heating up pizza in this is just a game changer too. And you can cook in the Instapot and then put on the air fryer if you want to like brown the top of pasta or anything like that. So this is a really cool combo and it works really well. The price for this is about $600 for that 6-quart and like $80 for the air fryer lid. You can probably find deals on them, but that's about what they cost. But I just saw that Amazon has the 8-quart with the air fryer lid and it's around like $180. So I am actually tempted to get that for myself because I'm thinking I want to get an 8-quart anyway, and I may just go ahead and get 2 because I use them so much that it actually would be nice to have 2 of them sometimes going for like the multiple stages of meals. And with the air fryer, that's the only bad thing is it's better to do it in small batches, and when you're feeding 5 people, like that can get old quick. So even just doing kale chips and things like that would be nice to have 2 that I could have going. So these are awesome and you'll definitely use it. Even if you're like me and at first you're overwhelmed, it sat on my counter for like weeks before I could bring myself to actually open it and use it. But now, love it. The next thing for the house is also for cooking. And it is the most amazing pan that you will like ever cook with. I've used most of the top name ones and you know, I still have some pieces from them that I'll continue to use for certain things. But for the most part, this is the pan that I use for everything. And it's the Always pan from Our Place. So this is the pan. And what's so special about this pan is that nothing sticks to it. So if you think that you've had non-stick pans before, you haven't. I have never cooked with a pan that literally nothing sticks to the way this does. I'm talking eggs, hash, meat, tomato sauce, no matter what it is, it does not stick to this. It makes it so nice. The cleanup is so nice and easy. And I mean, it's to the point where I do not use other pans. And even I was cooking breakfast and I might have meat, eggs, potatoes, whatever I was doing, I would try to time it so I was literally reusing the same pan because it was so much easier and turned out so much better than using any of my old pans. To the point where I actually got another one. So I love these so much that I have 2 of them now. This one was actually a gift from my mom and I had never heard of this pan, and this is the color Steam. And it's kind of a oatmeal-ish looking color, I guess, maybe. And at first I was not sure what to think about it. I thought like it looked kind of small for a family and it just looked like a pan. The first time I used it, I was sold. And what's really nice about it, so, you know, it comes with the lid, but it's really deep and it's actually much bigger than it looks. I mean, it holds a lot of food in there, and it comes with a little spatula and it has a little hole right here and right here so it can hold your utensils too, which is just a really nice bonus that I don't know why more pans don't do that. But it has the little spout here that you can also pour stuff, and it comes with a basket as well if you want to like steam broccoli or anything like that. It has a little holder for that. And you can make, I mean, full pasta dishes in here and then pour all your pasta in here and it will hold it. So these are amazing. This one again is the Steam color, and then this one is the Spice. And this is the one I added because I fell in love with this color. And it's kind of hard to see on camera. It almost looks more, I hope it might look orange on this for some reason. But it's a really pretty kind of peach. It wasn't as pink as I thought. I would have liked it to actually be a little bit more pink since I do decorate with pops of pink. But it's definitely more of a peachy color. I think it's just so pretty. And they also have some other beautiful colors. Like the char is this beautiful dark gray that I think would just look beautiful. We're getting ready to update our kitchen and get white countertops, and I think it would look so pretty on the countertops with that, but I'm trying to tell myself I probably don't need 3 of them. But love them. You will be so thankful And I'm telling you, be so surprised if you get these. But just be very careful with them. Make sure you don't cook over medium. And when you clean it, use a really soft sponge because you don't want to mess up that nonstick finish on it. And it can't go in the oven either. Amazing pans. And these are a little bit pricey at $145. I'm telling you, it will replace almost every other pot and pan that you use now. And I believe they're having a sale right now where you might be able to get it for like 90 to 100. So this would definitely be the time to get them. The item I was talking about earlier that I use more than my Instapot because I use it every day is my Nespresso. I love my Nespresso machine. That was a Mother's Day present that I just got for myself, and I have used it every day, if not twice a day since then, and I just love it. Like, I had a Keurig before. There's no comparison to the taste of the coffee. I like that I can just do regular cups of coffee, and I'll have those pretty much every morning. But the way that the machine does the coffee, it uses such force that it makes a beautiful foam on the top of your coffee. And it almost looks like a latte, but there's no milk or anything added. That is just the coffee. And it's so good. And they have so many different types of coffee to choose from. Right now, I'm loving their pumpkin spice cake flavor that they came out with for fall. It's so good. But that is what I'll have just as a plain cup of coffee. But then you can also make wonderful espressos. They have double espresso or single espresso and different intensity levels for those as well. But I will make that espresso and then I froth up my milk in the little milk frother that came with it. You can froth it or steam it, pour it in, and I'll usually use like a little sugar-free vanilla syrup in mine. And it is such a good latte. And it's such a treat in the afternoon when it's getting kind of cold. But then in the summer, the iced coffee that I made in that was amazing. Nespresso is definitely worth it. And it can be a little overwhelming when you're looking at what to buy. So specifically the one I got is an Espresso Virtue Plus Deluxe, and it came with that little milk frother as part of it. I got mine from Williams-Sonoma, and they were having a sale at the time, and I got mine for about $125. But I'm not sure what they go for at full price or now, but that's the price that I paid, and it came with both of those parts, and you get a sampling of so many coffees. You can reorder the pods right from your phone. There's an app, and they'll send them to you, and they also will give you a bag because what's really nice about the Nespresso pods is they're recyclable. That was one of the things I hated about my Keurig. I really like that I can put all of the old ones back in the bag because the pot like holds them in the back of the pot. You just pull it out when it gets full, dump them all in, you hold onto that bag, and when it's full, you just drop it in the mail for free and send it back to them, and they will take care of recycling those. So that's a really nice feature as well. The next thing for my house is what I call my little buddy. And if you've seen some of my cleaning videos like this one here, then you've already seen this little buddy featured in it, but that is my robot vacuum cleaner. The one that I have is the Shark Ion robot, and they might have made some like upgrades to the specific model since I got this one, but it is so nice. I love it. So downstairs, most of our downstairs is hardwood, and we have like 2 rooms that are carpeted. But I hate sweeping and mopping. I hate it. So I was so excited to get this, and we have it set so that it just comes on every night at like 9 o'clock, and it runs for about 45 minutes before it starts to die, and then it just goes back to its little docking station and docks, and we have to empty it probably like once a month. It doesn't really get like too full, and it holds quite a bit, but it works so well. Now, I didn't pay for the really expensive one that like maps out the room. You can do that, but for us, it didn't really make sense. This one was about $200. It might have been on sale at the time that we got it. So it's not as smart as some of the more expensive ones, so it'll bump a little bit more as it's trying to like find its way around. But honestly, like we're always moving stuff anyway, so the layout changes anyway with kids. But I was shocked at how well it does. It really does cover all of our area. The carpet looks so nice, and it just makes me so happy to come down in the morning and just see that it's been cleaned. Any crumbs have been swept up from dinner in the kitchen. I just love it. I didn't really know what to expect, and I am telling you, this thing is amazing. I almost want to get another one for upstairs, but there's so much more like obstacles, I feel like, and toys and stuff in the floor that makes me a little bit more nervous for it. But downstairs, it's great. And it comes with strips as well, so you can put them down if you don't want it to vacuum something. So we'll do that like when our Christmas tree's up. We'll put the strips around like at night or whenever if we don't want it to get to that. I will say, warning here, if you have a pet, you might want to make this run when you're awake and not at night. If your animal has an accident in your house, whether that's just like a hairball thrown up or the bathroom, and this thing gets a hold of it, you're gonna have a nightmare. So forewarning there, be careful. We had a couple close calls. So other than that, amazing. And since we're talking about vacuums, I'm gonna go ahead and share my other favorite thing, and that is my cordless vacuum. So I have a regular like large vacuum that I'll get out for like really heavy duty stuff, but having that cord on it is so burdensome when you're having to go from room to room. I was constantly running out of that cord, and it was annoying me to no end, especially when I'm trying to film like YouTube cleaning channels. And anytime, like even trying to clean the carpet on the stairs or like higher areas or the couch, it was so annoying. So I knew that I wanted to get a cordless vacuum, but I wasn't really sure what to expect or if they would really even work that well. So I decided to finally try one out, and I don't know, I've had this for probably a year now, and I love it. And it's the Dyson V7 cordless vacuum. Now, I'm sure they probably have a new model out since then. This one was around, I think, $200. It is so easy to use and not have to worry about that cord. It's so lightweight that we can get it out, like quickly do something and put it up. My favorite feature on it is how easily you can convert it to different lengths. So you can just pop these buttons, and literally the middle part will just come right out, and then you can attach the bottom big roller directly to the handheld part, and that's really nice for doing stairs, or even I have a upholstered bed, so going around the edge of the bed is really nice for that. Or it comes with attachments, and you can just pop it in and do the crevice. There's a little brush one, and I have used this even for just like vacuuming around my bathroom, like sinks, before I go to do a deep clean. That way you get all that hair up. Things like that, it's so nice for, and it's so easy to do. Because this is so lightweight and easy to maneuver, my kids vacuum with it, and they think it's so fun. So, win for me. But they will go get it off the wall. It just like hooks right onto the wall. They unhook it, and they can go and clean up if they've ate somewhere and they've made a mess. They think it's fun to clean, especially like the stairs. So they are constantly going and getting it and vacuuming up like little messes upstairs that they see. So, love this. Now, I will say that as far as the battery life, I wish it was longer. And maybe some of the newer, nicer models have better battery life. But for us, I can pretty much do all of the upstairs or all of the downstairs. I can't do both at once before the battery will die. And sometimes I can't even complete the entire upstairs before it dies. But my house is about 3,500 square foot. If that gives you an idea of the space-wise, like what you can anticipate being able to use it for in one go with the battery. The other thing with these you have to get used to is you do have to keep your finger like on that little trigger button the whole time you're doing it. And that can get a little old after a while. It takes some time to get used to it. And I kind of wish there was a better way to do that. I don't know what it would be, but that part's kind of annoying. It can hurt your finger, but still. This I love. The last thing in the house category is completely different than this, but it's for storage. So like I said, I have 3 girls, and there is always a ton of stuff everywhere. Toys, blankets, shoes, books, whatever it is. It's always everywhere. And I love using totes. I just feel like they're really easy to clean up and put the stuff down in. But the problem I found was that the totes just weren't big enough to hold some of this stuff. Especially when you have like a baby or a toddler, it seems like those toys are pretty bulky and tall. It's just not the point where I want to be putting them in different totes like I will for the older girl stuff and separate them out. Like my baby doesn't understand that, and I need to just be able to dump it all down in one tote. But I also wanted it to be tall enough to hold it all, but also kind of hide it so it still looked pretty and you weren't seeing all that stuff like sticking out the top. So I found these on Amazon. This tote is amazing. It's huge. Like you can see how much stuff I'm able to hold in that, but it's still so pretty. And from the outside, you can't even see all the stuff in there. It makes cleaning up upstairs when my baby has been playing so much easier. I can put everything down in there, but it's also big enough that she can see her stuff and be able to pick it out without having to throw everything because you don't know what's in there, and that can make like even bigger mess. So I love these, and I'm tempted to get some more, especially for holding like big blankets and bulky stuff like that. I just love this. And I think the official size on Amazon is like 22 by 22 by 16, and it's around $40. And I think there's some different colors as well, but this one is such a win for storing stuff, especially baby stuff. This ended up getting a little long, so I decided to break it into 2 parts. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when part 2 comes out. Bye everyone.